What's up? Hey, we're to the point where we're going to install the boards and the switcher. Kind of pre-laid it out in my mind here. This is still loose. But I'm mounting MK2 right now. What are you doing? Get out of here.
Come on now.
So once I get it nice and secure, then we'll mount the switcher and then this guy, because
Can't see anything.
Oh, really?
You're right in front of the light.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And we're a little far away, like I said. If you want to just give a kind of overview what we're going to do, and then you can go ahead and mount that board, and then we'll get a little bit closer and you can actually show where you think everything's going to go.
Overview. Is that too bright?
Yeah, that helps.
So I got
I can zoom in a little.
MK2 semi-mounted right here. I'm going to put the switcher. Where's this guy? This guy right here. I'm going to stick it back on this board right here.
Flipped around, but yeah.
And then I'm probably going to mount also the kick harness somewhere on that piece there.
Condenser.
And this guy, I got to put, this is a soundboard for MK2. It'll go on this side right here too. And once that's done, I'll go ahead and, this guy right now, I just got the feet.
We're just going to temporarily, well, I guess it's always going to be temporarily, but you want to put 4 behind that up against the cabinet, right?
4's probably on the wall here. And then this guy will be mounted on the floor of the cabinet with enough space for 4. So, we'll get to screwing.
Be right back.
Does this mess it up on the camera?
Yeah, I mean, you got a light facing right at me.
Alright, well, here's how close we are. Right now we got the MK2 board mounted, the soundboard mounted. Yep. I can do that. And, okay, after that, we moved our power supply over to here. It's hard for me not to look at the audience. We also moved the transformer because it was in the center of the cab. And we plan to put this guy right in this area. So you can move the transformer. Just make sure you keep it ground always. You want it to be grounded. So at this point, we're hooking up the kick harness condenser. This is MK1, MK2, Ultimate MK. This is coming from the control panel, the buttons and kick buttons on the control panel. And this will be my MK4 when I get that board.
And Ty mentioned in the comments on our last video that he had problems with his condenser board where on player 1, one of the punch buttons, low punch I think, didn't work. So we're going to find out if that is a problem. Hopefully if it is, maybe you can give us a little knowledge on how to fix that. Sorry, I just got cigarette smoke in front of the lens.
Yeah, hopefully that's not a problem. This is an older board, so...
It's very possible we have the same one he used.
Yeah, this is a 2014 board, and I'm sure they've made upgrades. This is designed by Brandon Summit. So hopefully it works. Little update. We should be good to go here in about, I'd say 20 minutes. I'm going to hook up all my JAMA connectors. Then I'm going to hook up MK2, and then I'm going to slide this guy in and hook up the JAMA connector to that. Well, I'm going to kick harness too. I got to find out which player exactly. I'll have to look at the pinouts because I didn't take pictures before I removed the kick harness. So I got multiple options. It's probably pretty obvious, but
Yeah, I think we can figure it out easily.
yeah. So, but by later on this evening, I'm gonna be switching through MKs. Hopefully, if Lady Luck's on my side.
Within a half an hour.
See you soon.
Or about 10 seconds. Hang on.
Yeah. All right. I finally got everything wired up.
I'll try to zoom in.
I got my board this mounted. It's a temporary mount because I'm going to move it to put in MK4 whenever I find that board. I got MK3 or 1 right here, 3 right here, 2 is mounted on the side with the soundboard. I have the switcher mounted on the coin box, and I haven't mounted the condenser yet. I want to wait to make sure all the players and everything works for each board before I go ahead and put that where I might put that up here, I might put it there. What's awesome about this little kind of kit is it's got enough room with your adapters and harnesses that you're not really cramped. You can move around. You can.
You got plenty of room on your wiring.
Plenty of room.
And show where you're going to put 4.
4, I'll probably mount on the side here. I'll move this guy and with the feet and whatnot, and mount on the side of this cab. And I guess I could put 3 in here, but I don't know if I'll do that. I got 2 more slots, so could technically throw in, I don't know, Killer Instinct 2.
Aren't those hard drives, though? In a lot more room.
Yeah, they are hard drives.
Tekken.
But if you put the, yeah, it's true, stick with the jam with Tekken, and you put the flash card on the Killer Instincts too. But
that's a lot of work.
I don't remember, their button combination might be different. They might have 6 buttons.
I don't know.
And since MK has, 5, you got to kind of stick with that. I guess you could use a run button as, it'd be stupid, like phone Street Fighter. Might just look for a 4-in-1 switcher just so I don't have the blank spots.
That's probably the best. We didn't think about that whenever you bought you were like, oh, this one's got more slots.
Well, yeah. Well, I traded for it, so beggars can't be choosers, and it worked out. And I'd like to give a shout out to Riddle TV. He's the one that hooked me up with the cables for the condenser to every PCB. That helped out a lot. He sells his kits on eBay with the condenser. I suggest getting the condenser and the ribbon cables all together.
You know his eBay seller name?
I think it's Riddle TV.
Or something similar.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess we're going to button this up, and then we're going to...
We'll see if it comes on and works like it should.
Check all the buttons. Hopefully, all the buttons work, and the kick harnesses are all in the right spot. We haven't checked that yet. But stay tuned, we'll be right back.
See you soon.
Okay.
Moment of truth. How many months?
Over a year.
Over a year. We've been talking about it for a couple years.
Last winter when it started getting cold for sure.
Yeah, and I think we're finally there.
Big shout out to Joe, though, because he gave this project a kick in the pants because we kind of forgot about it.
Yeah, we kind of put it on the back burner. This guy was in the garage for the longest amount of time.
Right.
And that's why, it's cold out there. And there's a bunch of other projects out there, so we put it on the back burner and didn't think about it, but got all the parts in, got everything going, got everything hooked up, and I think we got a winner here. We'll go ahead and fire it up.
And I will move closer here in a second. We're just going to have the wide angle here while he tests it out.
Oh, man. It's taking so long to get this far. I'm telling you what.
You have lots of ghosts in this room.
Yeah, we've been having our issues, especially off camera.
I mean, there's like orbs flying all around in the camera.
Okay, well, that explains why we blew a light bulb right before we decided to go on here. And buttons weren't working. we couldn't get MK2 to fire up, or we'd get it to fire up, and then it would stop working. We'd move the machine. It would.
You name it, it happened.
Yeah. We had up to 5 volts a little bit for MK2. It's real particular. All these MK boards like their 5 volts. Pretty healthy, but this is 1, obviously. It's going to boot to 1 each time. If I turn it off, no matter where I'm at, it'll boot to 1.
Yeah, if you just want to show 1 through 3, and then I'll get closer and you can play a little bit of it.
Yeah. This is 2. You hold the start button down, the second start button down for a few seconds. It switches to the next game, or the next slot, basically. And I can even skip this now, I think. You gotta be quick, because you might, if you hold it too long,
we'll go to the next game.
Yeah. So there's MK2. That one was a bear.
Not really.
Well, it was working, and then we moved the machine, and it wasn't working, and then we messed with the harness, and finally turned up the 5 volt, and it seems to be stable now, at least, hopefully. Ultimate. MK3. Now, I'm a big fan of 2. 2's probably my favorite.
Same.
But 3, with the run and the combos, there's so much to learn, but once you got it all down, you can really flow. And MK3 is top-notch, too. So,
and like we've been saying, you want to put 4 in, but it's not really a huge priority.
Yeah, 4 wasn't real popular at all, but they kind of, I think they kind of ripped off Tekken a little bit, the way it was moving, because or what's that other, Virtual Fighter, kind of moves like it too.
360.
And there's not as many characters, but it's going to be worthy of owning once I locate one. I think I got a line on one. I'm hoping to snag it. But yeah, success.
Sure.
Now if you go past it, you'll see that's slot 4. Nothing there. Soon to be MK4. And then slot 5, nothing. Slot 6.
You can hear it switching.
Yeah. And we're back to 1. Cool thing about this switcher though is you don't have to rotate all the way through it. You can go back and forth. Like this will bring up 2. But if I hold start button, the first start button, I'll go back to 1. Or actually, yeah, I did. I thought maybe it would have gone to the test menu, but yeah, so it's a pretty sweet deal. I'm happy.
Do you want to fight a match in each game, or do you want to save that for another video?
Well, I guess I'll be playing the computer, so... Or I'll play you. You want to roll with the big dog?
It's going to be too hard to film and play.
Well, I'm sure everybody knows seen MK, but we can demonstrate that all the buttons, everything works as we switch to the game. So yeah, let's go ahead and
do that.
I'm going to flip it off. Don't turn that off yet, Matt. I want to flip this off and show them how it starts on first MK. It was on 3, of course.
Right.
So, yeah. So we're going to kill the lights, give you a little gameplay, and play some MK. Right?
All right.
Let's do it.
Okay. Go ahead. I'll see how close I can get it.
Started yet?
Yeah. I've been going.
Oh, okay.
So basically, I guess just read out what button you're pushing.
I push. Yeah, we're going to demonstrate all the buttons work, and you'll see as I play. High punch, low punch, kick, low kick, high kick. And I'm going to fly a little bit, but I can't go out like that.
It looks like the blue is turned up a little much.
Yeah, you said it had a fresh casket, but
It doesn't mean that the transistors on the neck board don't need to be adjusted.
Okay, yeah. I agree, because it's definitely not as vivid as I'd like it to be.
Just looks really blue. It looks better in person than it does on camera, but yeah, it looks blue.
Yeah, the red's real dark, so it should be like a brighter red too.
The brightness and contrast needs to be tweaked.
I let her beat me so we could have maybe saw a fatality, but no luck. Should we switch to 2?
Yeah, just a quick run through showing that all the buttons work.
Yeah, we're doing it. Well, maybe we should do 2-player too.
Well, we've gone through and tested. We're just this is a kind of
we're just demonstrating little.
We'll get into like thorough gameplay when it's not 1 a.m.
Kind of a victory lap. Yeah, I need to get to bed. I got to work tomorrow. 5:30 is going to come awful early. Awful early. Come on.
Skip it.
Yeah. My luck, it'll rotate. I like this chick. Oh, you know what? I can do her fatality. If I remember it right.
If you can win.
High punch. Low punch. High kick. Low kick. You need low kick to do that move. Yeah, see? I think it's high kick to do the E. I could be wrong.
I couldn't tell you.
Get redundant on that. I want to look it up.
Round 3, fight.
Do not flawlessly. I might not win.
Finish him.
Most difficult fatality.
You can't see your face.
The most difficult fatality.
The easiest fatality.
Yeah, easiest fatality ever. You just hold down high kick for 3 seconds. And MK3 with the run button.
Is that in a stern cab?
What's up?
I said, is that in a stern cab?
No, it's not a stern cab. This is a midway cab, sir. I know where you're going, though. Who should I pick? Who can I flow with?
That famous karate champ in the stern cab?
You know what? I think I'll flow with the smoke here. Yeah. Oh, I wonder if it still has that karate champ stern cab. You might trade me for this.
Got Foreman Road joysticks on it, too.
I think I might sell my hook pin for $1,500.
2,300.
As soon as I got rid of hook, I'd miss it. I'm not getting rid of it.
Right, it's done working.
Well done. Win.
I demonstrated low punch,
Fight.
low kick, there's high kick, there's high punch. She all working. She good. Ugh. I don't remember my fatalities. I gotta look them up. I need the bezel. I used to have one.
Fight.
Oh, a little smoke on smoke that.
Also, if anybody is still watching, if you have any viewer questions, you can send them to mattymosarcade@gmail.com. And we're going to start having episodes of viewer questions.
Little question and answer. Try to help out our fellow gamers and also seek out help ourselves. We almost had to do it tonight when
There's also the Matty Mo's Arcade Facebook group,
she was
too.
doing oddball things. I don't think I've even joined that. It's a cult.
Fight.
Let's take a beat here. Come on, Kano. Look, he's scared. He's just backing off. I'm just hitting the joystick. He's running away. Fight me, you fool. Smoke leaks a lot of oil.
We met him too.
Oh yeah, we met Kano in person. I got his autograph. It's on the wall over here. Come on, kill me! Oh, it's a wicked combo. Alright, let's see if he'll do a little fatality action. I doubt it. They're awful picky on this one. Little flawless action. Come on.
Finish him.
No, just the
weak.
uppercut. Success, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna go back the other direction. Go back to 2.
Alright, you want to
I like that.
sign us off? Sorry for the little tiny tripod this week.
Yeah, we're going old school. Well, if you've watched all the episodes, how many are there for MK?
This will probably be the 6th.
Yeah. Thanks for watching the series.
This is the
course,
first one you watched?
This won't be the last one either, because once we get MK4, and we might show some in-depth gameplay, Justice Monitor. We're also going to change these controls. Can you see the controls in quick?
Yeah, I mean, you can look if you want.
Okay.
Just use the viewfinder. I mean, it's kind of dark in here.
Yeah. Turn the light on. These are what came with the original game, and so they're not the actual sticks. My Punch-Out actually has the actual sticks for Mortal Kombat and some better buttons. These are just some, low-grade stuff. I also want to get a real control panel. I actually fabricated this myself. That's why there's no T-molding right here.
Show your autographs.
Huh?
Show your autographs right,
Oh, yeah.
right next to the machine.
Yeah, this is picked this up the last Mo Game Con. That's all the players with their signatures. Well, not all of them. We got Johnny Cage, Jax, Scorpion, Kung Lao, and Sonya Blade, and Sub-Zero. Of course, one guy's multiple people. Dan Pacina is Johnny Cage and also Scorpion and also Sub-Zero. I think he might be somebody else too. Anyway, there's where Kano signed it. Even though he's not on here, but this was the value pack of signatures. That's why I picked it up. Anywho, hell yeah. Hope you like it. Mortal Kombat. Signing off. Good night, sweetheart. Time to go.